Gerald Lucas here with another installment of Ask Gerald, where you get your real estate questions answered. Today's question comes from Sandy. Sandy writes from Linden, New Jersey. Sandy writes, is buying always better than renting? Well, Sandy, the first thing that you should consider whether you're renting or buying is affordability. What can you reasonably afford to pay for rent or for a mortgage? And that, more than anything else, should really drive your decision making. And in some places like Manhattan or San Francisco, the cost of housing is so high, home ownership may be out of reach for certain people just because the price of land is so high. But the first thing to consider is affordability. The second thing is your personal circumstances. So what is your income right now? What is your debt now? Your marital status? What are your goals, short-term and long-term? And how those things will change over time should really drive, more than anything else, your decision. I think also it's wrong to think about renting or buying as a one-size-fits-all thing. It's not. It really depends on your personal circumstance. Now, renting provides more flexibility, right? You get a fixed monthly payments, fixed expenses, and you've got a landlord that takes care of home repairs for you. On the other hand, when you buy, obviously the benefits of home ownership add up over time. So wealth creation, equity creation, tax deductions, etc. But home ownership to some extent does limit your mobility. So another thing to consider is how stable is your situation now? How long do you plan to live in the area, where you're thinking about renting or buying? If you're not sure, if it's a short period of time, then maybe buying doesn't make sense. Because if you have to turn around and sell very quickly, and you have to pay two sets of transaction fees when you buy and then when you sell, it may not make sense to buy in that circumstance. If you are kind of stable, you know where you're going to be, and you can afford it, obviously the tangible benefits of home ownership, as I said, add up over time. So to answer your question, does it always make sense to buy versus rent? The answer is no. Sometimes, maybe most of the time, it does make sense to buy, but it depends on your situation. In some cases it makes sense to buy it, in other cases it makes sense to rent, based on your personal financial situation, your personal objectives and goals, and what you want to accomplish. So thanks for your question, Sandy. For more real estate information and tips, visit my blog at geraldlucas.com. I'm Gerald Lucas, and I'll see you again soon.